It's quarter to midnight and truck's just turned up. He's having a pretty big day too. Anyway, they're going to run on alright, thankfully. Thank goodness for lights in the shed. Morning, welcome back. We are day 10 of 2023 harvest. Still chipping away at the canola. We've got 12 or 15 hectares left here. Might not be that much, but we've got a really good patch here. The other head is gone, which they had to break down late yesterday afternoon, so we're here on our own. We're back in ground speed, but we're up quite considerably in yield. So we're back and we're consistently full. We're pretty consistently over 4 tonne here, which is really good. That's sort of why we started growing this variety. I've got a mate that grows it, and he's always up and about how much it yields. So we've just got there's 20 hectares in this block here that will go. You know, it's going to be high threes. I don't think it's not going to average 4 tonne, but it'll be very close. You know, high. It'll be over 3.5 anyway. So it's going to be a good little way to finish on it. And also a bit of a top up for the where we didn't get sprayed. Some of it was pretty ordinary. So it's still the average yield is going to come out. Still going to come out pretty well, which is fantastic, really. As you saw at the start of this one, we loaded sheep really late last night. Fortunate that we got the lights and all that stuff, and the yard's undercover. We can do that sort of thing. It's not something I like doing at that hour of the day. It's probably something I've never done at that hour of the day, to be truthful. So yeah, just trucks under the pump as well, obviously. And yeah, old mate had a pretty big day by the looks of it as well. So anyway, I probably could have waited till this morning, but he may have had something else on as well. So anyway, we just we'll keep chipping away here. Trucks are running. Not 100% sure where we're going to go to from here. They are talking a shower of rain tonight, only a couple of mils, something like that. Just we'll run the header home and drop the pickup front off at home, and then fuel it up and give it a blow down, a little bit of a clean out. We're going to go into wheat, but whether we stay at home or whether we move back out the back, given it's only the middle of November, and if the wheat is ripe under the pivot, I'm thinking potentially we harvest that wheat, and then we may be able to. Just going to go back here because the zoom on this camera is so close all the time. I'm holding the camera as far away as I can. I was getting a sore arm, so I can just swap arms. Sorry. So yeah, sidetrack. Thinking maybe if the wheat's ready under the pivot that we harvest it, and we may still be able to get some corn in. So we'll just wait and see on that one. I'll probably need to slap around the ears for thinking that way because we've got so much on. But what's driving that is they've got 30, 40, 50 mil forecast for the end of this week. So if we got that off, we could potentially sow it on moisture and get it up. So, and we're not going to be able to harvest if we get 50 mil of rain or 40 mil of rain, it'll be a week before the header goes again. So, you know, we'll have a void there where we could potentially get it in. So I'm thinking maybe we'll have another crack at it. I need to find out what the seed availability is. Corn seed's pretty scarce, so just need to suss that one out. And I also need to talk to Ben, the neighbour whose planter we got last time. I know they are coming next door to us to plant their own corn, so the planter will be in the area. So I just need to touch base with him and just see. We probably haven't got time to go prepping ground, working country up and that sort of stuff. If I could just direct drill the corn into that wheat stubble, we could just spread the fertiliser on top and water it in after. We might have a crack at that. So anyway, as usual, plenty of irons in the fire. Brendan's still pressing hay. He's yeah, going all right down there. I think Bayla's happy after our little hiccup yesterday, and yeah, gonna top of I think 33 degrees today for weather forecast, and yeah, late shower rain, but hopefully it stays away. We don't really want it. So anyway, keep watching. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Canola for harvest 23 is all done, so we do still have a bit of contracting to do, but we actually haven't windrowed that crop yet. If you've been watching along, you'll know the crop I'm talking about. It's crop of grazing canola that's yeah, still pretty green, so could be 3 weeks before we even windrow it. So yeah, but that's all our canola, yeah, in the book. So I haven't got all the delivery dockets off that stuff yet, but yeah, it's going to average around that 2.5 tonne or a little bit better, which is a pretty good result given the drowned out bit and the bits that yeah, the weed sort of overtook. So anyway, we're just running the header home. We're going to chop this canola front off just so we're not carting it around the countryside, and we'll go and have a look at this weed under the irrigator and just yeah, rub a few heads out and just see what it's going to do. Okay, we're into the wheat, and yeah, we've come crashing back to reality after the highs of the canola. You can see how the crop's quite dark, and then you've got those sort of lighter patches. Those dark patches don't have a lot, if any, grain in them. Now, I'm not too sure. The next paddock's not as bad. It seems to be, just looking at it, it seems to be a disease thing. But yeah, like where the crop's golden, you know, I've seen it up to 6 to 7 tonne, but where it's dark, I've actually seen it down to, you know, 0.2 of a tonne. So we're running about a 2.7 tonne to the hectare average at the moment. Yeah, so not too sure. It did have a lot of disease in it this paddock all year for whatever reason. Like it got a couple of fungicides, and it seems to be a soil type thing for whatever reason, the light sandy soil. So I'll get onto the agronomist in the morning and get him to come out and have a look and see if we can pinpoint just exactly what's going on. But you look here at the moment, if that'll focus, you know, it's gonna focus for you, you know, 0.7, 0.8. Yeah, so it's a bit of a kick in the ass, but anyway, it's hopefully this is the worst of it. The other paddocks sort of look better. I sort of thought there was something going on here, but as the crop ripened, but I didn't expect there to be sort of no grain. So yeah, anyway, we'll soldier on. Weather's sort of hanging around a bit. It hasn't rained yet, but there's a little bit on the radar out to the north of us. So we'll suck it and see. The wind has got up a bit, but yeah, you know, not the 0.3, 0.4s. I've stripped better crops in the drought, to be honest. So it's pretty disappointing. But anyway, that's what I'm doing this for. It's you got to get the whole. Can't just show you all good stuff all the time. You got to see how much it can be a real pain in the ass, this gig. But anyway, we'll keep soldiering on, and yeah, hopefully the rain stays away and we can get across a bit. Just heading back to the truck. You can just see the light down there, or the mother bin. Sorry. Yeah, it's got pretty rough. We've got a full box. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Sort of where it's good, it's really good, but where it's poor, it's really poor. So you know, along here at the moment, we're sort of 3.5 tonne. We're running about got the numbers, weights back from the calibration load, and the numbers on the machine here are pretty good. So we're sort of running around that 2.6, 2.7, which look, isn't a disaster by any stretch, but given the sort of year and how it looked, it's yeah, it's a bit disappointing. But anyway, it's, there's plenty that are damn sight worse off than what we are. So anyway, I'll get back to the mother bin and unload, and that'll probably do tonight. Okay, we've knocked off. It's about 10 o'clock. I've just got some plants here. I'll try and show you. Hopefully you can see it in the light of what we're sort of looking at. Might be a bit hard to tell, but you can sort of see that the stalk there is black, and that's probably a better one. You can see the discoloration there. Now that stem's actually got no guts in it. And when you get hold of a head, like that head should be full of grain. If I just do that with it, it's all chaff. It's got no grain in it. So I don't know. Look, Tony's been around a bit too, but that one's, you can see there's a couple of grains there if the camera will focus. Which is not gonna. It's gonna come around to the light a bit better. Anyway, there's a few grains in that one, but we're just finding it's just a bit like the stem has died, but I'm not too sure why. You can sort of look at the node there. The node's there that's black. So there's big areas of that, and I think it is soil type specific on that. It's quite sandy, light sandy, that country, and there is bits of sort of red loam through it. And as I mentioned, you can see in the next paddock down on the heavy clay, it doesn't seem to be affected. So it's not like it's frost or anything like that. It seems to be a soil type thing. Yeah, but it's just whether it's disease or soil borne, I'm not too sure. So we'll get on the aggro in the morning and get him to come out and have a look. So look, it is a bit guttering. I am a bit gutted about it, because it looked a good crop. It's sort of, the head is calibrated pretty right. It's sort of 2.6, 2.7 to the hectare, so it's not a disaster. But you know, when in spots where it's yielding well, you know, like it's up over 6 tonnes, so we've lost half our yield or better. So yeah, on the upside, it has gone H2 grade, so you know, the protein's good. The protein will be up above 11.5%, so that's a bit of a bonus. We do get a little bit of upside with money with that sort of grade. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. We're just gotta get over it and move on, and yeah, hopefully it sort of doesn't. It's still pretty mild tonight. It doesn't look like, well, at this stage there's no sort of rain around, but we probably should have kept going just in case it does rain. But yeah, I'd sort of had enough. So yeah, the ups and downs of farming. It's, yeah, can be really good, but it can be really shit too when it wants to be. But look, this, as I said before on the header, there's guys that are out and about, and you know, they've a lot worse than us, complete drought and that sort of stuff. Also the lambs that we loaded last night, they got sold today. They're at the market, so they've come back at $131. So that was, yeah, pretty happy with that, given the way the market is. The market is up a little bit. Yeah, so that's going to sort of keep the average that with what we've sold. Like, we've sold 750 odd in the last week. You know, and we're going to have about $145 average. So that's, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We've, yeah, basically shifted 1,000 lambs before the start of December, and yeah, we're going to have a, you know, $145 average. So given the way the climate is with the sheep job, it's a pretty good outcome. So anyway, it's not all doom and gloom, but yeah, as you can see, it can be a bit of a roller coaster of emotions at times. So anyway, day 10's in the books. Yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.